Hello and welcome to construct Turing machine for finding the 2's complement. Before starting the video, if you like the content of the video useful in understanding the concept, do like the video, share the video and subscribe the channel because subscription is very important. Now before finding the 2's complement, we should know what is 1's complement. The 1's complement is nothing but converting 0 bit to 1 and 1 bit to 0. So if you are having the input as 1, it will be converted into. If we are having input as 1, it will be converted to 0. If we are having 0, it will be converted to 1. So the string 11001 will be converted to 00110. Now what are the methods of finding the 2's complement? For finding the 2's complement, we are having two methods. The first method is finding the 1's complement of the input string. So if the input string is 11001, if 1's complement will be 00110, add 1 to it, the answer will be 00111. The second method of the finding the 2's complement is to start reading the input string from the right hand side. So from the right hand side, we will try to find out the first occurrence of the 1. After we got the first occurrence of the 1, we will keep as it is, and whatever the bits which are present before 1, before that 1 will be converted into 1's complement. So this is the first occurrence of 1, and what are the elements which are present before that 1 will be converted into 1's complement. So if this 0 will be converted to 1, this 0 will be converted to 1, then 1's will be converted to 0. So your answer will be 00111. If you are going to compare both the method, your answer will be C. So for designing the Turing machine to find out the 2's complement, first of all we will consider the tape which is used for the Turing machine, that consists of the blank symbol. Now we will try to write our input symbol on that tape. Now here we have considered two input string, one which has started with 0 and ending with 1, and second one is which is started with 1 and ending with 0. So if the string has started with 0, so what we are going to do, first of all, the initial condition we will consider as Q0. Q0 with 0, what we have to do, we are not supposed to do anything with Q0, we will move towards the right hand side, so we are here. Now this is the resultant state. With this Q0 is again Q0. So Q0 with 1 will be again movement towards the right hand side, as we are not doing any changes to your input symbol, and we are simply moving towards the right hand side with the resultant state as Q0. Now Q0 with again 0 is that we are moving towards the right hand side with the resultant state as Q0. Again with Q0 with 1 we are moving towards right hand side. Now Q0 with this blank means that we reach the end of the string. After we got the end of the string, this state will be marked as Q1, and we are going to move towards the left hand side, because we are going to try to find out the string, uh, try to find out the 1 which is present, in order to convert the string which are present before that 1 into 1's complement. So here we can see it. So Q0 with blank means we are going to move toward the left hand side with the resultant state as Q1. Now this Q1, what we are going to do with this 1? This is the first one that we are searching. So we will keep as it is and will move towards the left hand side. So whatever string which are present before this one will be converted into this 1's complement. So this state that we had converted this thing, we are going to bypass this one. It will be indicated by Q2. Now Q2 with all the strings, all the substring present before this one will be converted into this one's complement. So that is indicated by the state Q3, and we will move towards the left hand side. Now Q3 with the next symbol as 0, we will convert it into 1's complement. We will move towards the left hand side. With the next symbol as 1, the answer will be 0. Now move towards the left hand side. If you're having 0, will be converted as 1 and will move towards the left hand side. Now this is Q3 with blank means we had converted every bit of your string into 2's complement, and we have reached the we are at the starting state of your string. So this will be marked as a Q4 with the no movement. That means we have converted all the strings successfully. So that was the example of string starting with 0 and ending with 1. Now here we are having string starting with 1 and ending with 0. So we will start with the initial state as Q0. We are having pointer here. So Q0 with 1 is do nothing, move towards the right hand side. We are here now. So Q0 with 1 is just bypass, move towards the right hand side. We are here. Q0 with 0 is only move towards the right hand side. Q0 with 1 is again move towards the right hand side. Q0 with blank means now we have reached the end of the string. So this Q0 with blank, this is indicated by the state Q1 and the movement will be towards the left hand side. Now Q1 with 0, that means we are searching for 1, but here we got 0. So we will simply bypass it. So the resultant state will be as it is Q1 and we will move towards the left hand side. So here we got 1. So Q1 with 1 means we were searching for the first occurrence from the left hand side and we got it. So that is indicated by Q2 and we are moving towards the left hand side. Now Q2 with 0, that means now we are going to do the changes. That is the Q2 on 0 will change this 0 to 1 and that is indicated by Q3 and will move towards the left hand side. Now Q3 means now we are doing the ones complement. So 1 will be converted to 0 and again move towards the left hand side with the resultant state as Q3. Like Q3 with 1 is again converted to ones complement and will move towards the left hand side. Now Q3 means with blank means we had converted each and every bit of your input symbol into those complements. So this will be Q4, which is your final state with the no movement. Okay, so here we are taking the inputs that whether the string is started with 0 or it is started in verse, starting whether your string is starting with 0 or starting with 1, we will bypass all the string and the your resultant state will be Q0 and movement towards the right hand side. So here the string is starting with 0, we will bypass all the input symbol. If your string is starting with 1, again we are bypassing all the input symbol till what we are getting, till we are getting the blank symbol. After getting the blank symbol, your resultant state will be Q1 and we are moving towards the left hand side. After moving towards the left hand side, what we are going to do, if we are finding 0, so your resultant state will be Q1 simply and we will move towards the left hand side. After moving towards the left hand side, the resultant state is Q1 and if we are finding first occurrence of 1, so we'll change our resultant state to Q2 and we'll move towards the left hand side. And this after finding the first occurrence of 1, whatever string we are getting, that has to be converted into this one's complement with the resultant state as Q3. Now here, after finding the first occurrence of 1, now whatever we are going to do, we are going to convert it to the one's complement and will move towards the left hand side. So this is indicated by Q3. Now Q3 when shifted towards the left hand side, when we got blank, that means this is a halting position. All the inputs are successfully converted into two's complement. So this is the same case that we are considering. So your input is 0. So with the initial string 0, what will be the output? With the initial string 0, your output will be 0. And where it is going to move, it is going to move towards the right hand side with the resultant state as Q0. So the resultant state will be Q0. Now, if the string is started with 1, so the string has started with 1 with the initial state as Q0, what we are going to do, simply we will move towards the right hand side with the resultant state as Q0. Now, if the after reading all the inputs, we are having Q0 with input 0, we are moving towards the right hand side Q0. Q0 with 1 is again, what we are going to do, we are going to move towards the right hand side. Now Q0 with blank will be what? We are going to move towards the left hand side with the resistance state as Q1. Now, what is Q1? Q1 means after reading after Q0, after bypassing all the input symbol, when we found the blank, we have shifted to left hand side with the state Q1. Now Q1 with the next input symbol, that is the previous input symbol, can be either 0 or can be 1. So this Q1, with this Q1, we are searching for the first occurrence of 1. Here we got the first, if we got the first symbol, the previous symbol before blank is 1, we will shift to the Q2 state. That is what we want. If the first symbol before blank or the previous symbol before one, that is this is Q1, and the first symbol before blank is 0, what we are going to do? We are just going to bypass and we will search for the first occurrence of 1. Now, if the before the blank symbol, so this is what we have bypassed all the input signal. We are in a Q0 state. Q0 with blank means Q1 and we are moving towards the left hand side. We should have some string because that string we have bypassed in order to reach the end of the string. But by some error or by mistake, some bits has been changed. For example, there was one that by mistake has been converted into blank. So that bit we can, or that case we can report as error. So Q1 with Q1, if the previous symbol before blank was blank, that means this is an error. So we have to report that case. Now what we are going to do? We are going to consider Q2 state. Now what is Q2 state? That means we are having blank, before blank we are having 1, and before this is the first occurrence of 1 which is indicated by Q2. With Q2 the previous symbol can be either 0 or the previous symbol can be either 1. So if the previous symbol is 0, that has to be converted into 1 and it is indicated by Q3 and will move towards the left hand side. If the previous symbol before the after the first occurrence of this one, if the previous symbol is 1, that has to be converted to 0 and that is indicated by Q3 and the movement will be towards the left hand side. Now, if the previous symbol in Q2 state before 1 is blank, if this is the scenario, so this is we are having Q2 and we are shifted here. So Q2 with blank means we have successfully converted. This is your short string that is consist of only 1. So this kind of string we have successfully converted into the 2's complement. So the your movement will be left and will go to the final state with the no movement. Okay. Now consider the next state. Suppose we are having this kind of state in which we are having first occurrence of 1, okay, and we are here. So this is your Q2. Q2 with 0 is what it has converted the state, converted the output into 1 and it is moving towards the left hand side with the resultant state as Q3. So that Q3 indicate that we are doing the one's complement. Now Q3 we are here, this Q3 with the next symbol, with the previous symbol as 0, what we are going to do? We are going to convert that into 1 and move towards the left hand side with the resultant state as Q3. Now we will consider Q3. Okay, so this is what we are having. This is Q0 with blank is Q1. Q1 with the next symbol Q1 after reaching 1. That means it has changed to Q2 because we got the first occurrence of 1. Now Q2 with this 0 indicate that we are going to do the ones complement. Your answer will be 1 if you move to the left hand side with the resultant state as Q3. Now Q3 with 1 indicate what we are going to convert the we are going to find the ones complement and we'll move towards the left hand side. Now this is your Q3 state. Okay, so where are we? This is your Q1 with the next movement as Q2. Q2 with 1 with Q2 with the previous symbol as 0. That means we had converted it to 1 and the resultant state is Q3. Now Q3 with blank means we have successfully converted our input string into 2's complement. So the movement will be there will be no movement because we found the start of the string. So the movement will be no movement and the resultant state will be your accepting state which is Q4. That is the halting state. After finding all the state, what we are going to do? We are going to write the state transition table and after writing the state transition table, we are going to draw the state transition diagram. So we start with Q0. Q0 with 0, where it is going? It is going towards the right hand side and it will remain in the same state. Now Q0 with 1 also it will remain in the same state. Now Q0 with 1, it is going to Q1, Q0 with blank, it is going to Q0 with blank, it is going to Q1 state with the left movement. So it is going to left movement and is going to Q1 state. Now Q1 on 0, it is going to itself with the left movement. Now Q0 with 1, it is going to Q2. Q1 with 1, it is going to Q2 with the left movement. Okay, and with blank it is generating error, so that we are not going to draw in our Srikansan diagram. Now Q2 with 1, it is going to Q3 with the left movement. Okay, so it is when the input was 0, it was converted. Now Q2 with 0, it is producing output as 1 going towards the left hand side, and the resistance state is Q3. Now Q2 with 1 also, it is generating output as 0 and moving towards the left hand side and going to Q3. Now Q2 with blank is going to Q4, is going to Q4 with no movement, which is your final state Q4. Now Q3 on 0 and 1, 0 it is producing 1 and going toward the left hand side. On 1 it is producing 0 going toward the left hand side. Q3 with blank, it is going to Q4 with no movement. So this is how we are going to generate 2's complement for the Turing machine. Hope you people have understood the concept. Do like the video, share the video, and do like the comments if you found the video useful for you. Thanks for watching the video.